The Google Grants program that we see down there at the bottom is a program where Google provides nonprofits with $120,000 in grants. Free online ads, free Google apps, free YouTube, and all the other softwares and services that they have. Any nonprofit that has a 501c3 is able to take advantage of this. So when they were talking about the different ways that AdWords can help you reach and connect with them, you're able to reach out to Google, fill out this Google Grant program, and you're able to participate in this. And usually it took us about, I believe, 4 to 6 weeks for a response, and we were approved for the grant. So we utilize that now. And I'll tell you some of the things we do with it. But when we got the grant, it gave us access to a few Google platforms that we utilize extensively here. All right, the first one is Google Apps. You can go to the next one, Faith. The first one is Google Apps. And we utilize Google Apps in our marketing department to stay connected. The thing I like about Google Apps is it gives us the ability to stay connected, share, collaborate, work from anywhere, but it allows any ministry of any size to operate on the level of a Fortune 500 company. And so when you're looking at some of these apps that you utilize here with Google Drive, and that's the storage stuff like Dropbox we know about, Google Docs, which is your office suite and some of that stuff. Any of you guys use Google Apps? Anybody use Google Apps? Okay, so some of y'all are familiar with a lot of the stuff that we utilize with Google Sheets, Google Calendars, and actually this presentation, I did in Google Presentations. So, but the thing that we like about Google Apps is it gives us a way to stay connected, work anytime, any place, on any device. So now, when we're thinking about work, we're not thinking about how often we have to be in the office. We're always thinking mobile first. So when we're working on presentations or stuff that we have to get to Monica, we usually start it in Google Drive. I'm working on it, Tiffany's working on it, a couple other people working on it, and Monica's watching it all come together. And again, when we got the Google grant, this is the type of stuff that they gave us for free. So this is the thing that the key point I want to get down to you all is this is stuff that you can access for free. Google wants you to utilize their products and services, and this grant is playing a key role in that. All right. Additionally, Gmail and Google Notes and all the other stuff that you utilize as you have your organization. I've seen and worked with quite a few churches and talked to quite a few churches, and the first thing is when you get your domain name, you want to start setting up emails that make your organization look professional. And it doesn't cost a lot of money, and it's not tech intensive when you have software programs like this that can easily help you connect and walk you through the process. And so with stuff like this that Google's given us access to, the problem isn't how technically difficult it is. The problem for a lot of churches is they don't know stuff like this is available. And so that's why we're looking at sessions like this, workshops like this at P&L, at MegaFest and stuff like that, so we can teach this and get this word out to as many churches as possible. Now, if we look, you go to the next one, Faith. Another one of the key things that they talked about in the Google session was Google Analytics. And that's what we measure everything. And again, we saw as of late last year, we were putting together a report for Monica about our online platforms and how people were connecting with us. And we saw a surge in a lot of our internet church campuses. We saw a lot of surge in our rebroadcast, but we saw that I believe it was 54% of people connecting with us were mobile. So when they're watching Bishop live streaming, watching Bishop rebroadcast, watching any of the stuff that we stream, 54% of it was mobile, 46% was desktop. And so that when we started measuring that, we started seeing that people are connecting with us on the go. Therefore, that gave us the opportunity to really look at, we were starting to take the church to the people. We're looking at digital ministry from a different perspective. And so we're starting to see that we weren't looking at how they were connecting with us, maybe sitting at a desk or anything like that. Now they were, wherever their phone was, they were connected to the church. And so when you look at from the aspect of the Great Commission and taking the gospel around the globe and all that good stuff, that this is an actual great opportunity that we have right now as a church to utilize technology to quickly and effectively reach and take the ministry all around the globe in a matter of seconds. Because we got new initiatives that we're seeing from Facebook with their putting up the satellites, and Google with their balloons, they're taking internet to places that are the most remote around the globe. And I think they're saying by 2017, there will not be a place on earth that will not have access to internet. So now, you got to think about this like this. Think about that like this. When you go online, your ministry instantly becomes an international ministry. Because now in the most remote places where we're looking at, we used to send missionaries to take the gospel, we now can send digital missionaries to reach them from devices like this. And that's the type of things we're looking at now, and these platforms and these grants are giving us access to do faster, quicker, and more effectively. We just got an award with YouTube, and I'm gonna jump back to Google Analytics in a second, but I have to take 2 minutes to brag real quick. We just got an award, if I move that for a minute so it'll go back up. We just got an award for passing 100,000 users on YouTube. And YouTube sent us a nice award, and it was great, and we're gonna get a chance to present it to Bishop and all that good stuff. But what we realized was a lot of people connected with the Potter's House and looked at YouTube as the way that they access Bishop. So now you got to look at, when you're looking at social media, and we know social media has fundamentally changed the way we utilize the internet and all that good stuff, but YouTube as a platform was a video platform, but was also a social media platform. And for us in a church area, was a ministry platform. Because we don't know when somebody connected on their mobile phone at whatever time they were and what situation they were dealing with, that the message they heard would effectively minister to them. But that's the type of stuff that we see now with YouTube. So another thing that YouTube does with the grant that I'm talking about, that I'll tell you about exactly where to go to get it, is it gives you free streaming. Now, one of the things that I saw when we were at Pastors and Leaders last year was a lot of churches had a problem with, they thought the streaming was overly expensive. They thought that it was overly tech savvy, and it just wasn't something they could do. Only a mega church could do it, only a large church could do it. But there are free tools that are available, like YouTube, with this grant, that'll give you access to a free live streaming channel, and of course they'll let you monetize it as well. And by monetize it, they have nonprofit donation tools that you can build into your YouTube channel where people can watch and donate while they're watching your message. Now, there's one caveat. I'm not sure if y'all seen on YouTube, if you're listening to something that's copywritten, they let you know, they take it down, all that good stuff. So if you have music that you're playing during your praise and worship that's copywritten, that will affect your channel. They will snatch it down. So that's one thing you got to think about when you're utilizing YouTube as a platform. Yes, they have over billions of people watching it, but they have copyright measures in place that you don't want your church service getting snatched down in the middle of service when y'all singing your Kirk Franklin. So just keep that in mind. Okay, but again, one of the things that we always do is we always analyze, we always measure, we always access. We're just looking at all the things that we're doing, and we use Google Analytics to measure every aspect of our online reach. We're measuring how our people are coming to our websites, what type of devices, where are they coming from in the world, how long are they staying, what is their path they're taking when they get to our websites, and when do they bounce out. And so when we saw the guys with Google, they were talking about people were coming, and they were coming on mobile devices, and it wasn't a mobile experience. So the people were leaving the pages. And we had to stop thinking that everybody was, like when we're at work, we're using desktops, and so we can't think that everybody's coming and surfing our sites just like that. So we started looking at different ways of how to do it. And analytics told the story. So no matter what, I know y'all been in meetings where somebody's talking about, I feel like this, or they're talking about from their own perspective, how they feel, what they think. We're not concerned with what you think. The numbers tell the story. The numbers tell the story. Numbers tell what people want, what people are looking for, how people are being effective on your site, and what's going on. It comes down to the numbers and the analytics. All right? Let's go to the next one, Faith. So now, look at the key points. We went to google.com/grants, and that's how we were able to start this process. So the question is, what we needed first, what you need to make this happen is a 501c3. So if you have a nonprofit that has multiple 501c3s, you can get multiple grants. It's per 501c3, and you have to have an EIN number. Next, you need a Google account. The reason you need a Google account is because, which I'm going to talk about in a second, is the AdWords. You got to set up the AdWords, you got to set up the Google apps, you got to set up all that, but Google wants you to have a Google account. Next, you need a functioning website to send people to, because when Google's looking at your organization, they're going to go look at your website. They want to know about your organization. Okay? Now, functioning website doesn't need to be, your website needs to be done. You need to pay $100,000 and get a super great website. No, it just needs to be functioning, talks about your organization. Google can get an idea of what your organization does from that website. Because they're going to ask you, one of the limits of the grant is you can only send it to one URL. So what we do is we utilized it for our internet church campus. And we sent it to, we gave them the URL for our internet church campus, which was tphechurch.org. We told them this is where we're sending everybody. We put up all the information about our internet church campus on there. And let me give you some numbers. 15 to 20% of our online church is new visitors. We spend about $8,000 a month in ads, and we get about 4,700 people clicking on the ads monthly. So I'm just give you some ideas to put the dollars to the ads, see how the ROI is on that. All right. So think about for you pastors in here, 15 to 20% of new people coming to your church monthly. And I'm not talking about people leaving, no churn, just new people coming. And I'm not sure what the numbers are for an offline church, or how often you see new people, what the percentages are. But what I do know is in the online space, last year was I think it was 2 billion people went online, and this year I believe it's projected that 2.4 billion people will be online. And I think by 2017 they're talking about 4 billion people will be online, majority of mobile devices. But you see how large that digital missionary field is, and how we can effectively reach them with the tools that we have available to us. We just need to take the right steps and get access to it, and then start putting those things in motion. Some of the things we see about the grant, you get $330 daily, $10,000 monthly. If you are ambitious and you start working this thing and you decide you want to go more than $10,000 monthly, then you can go for the next level of the grant. And of course, Google has some steps you could take with that, where you'll get $40,000 a month in online ads. And of course, some other things that come with that. We haven't got to that point yet, but why not strive for it? But we realize that there's a lot of people that will never step foot inside the Potter's House, any of our campuses, anywhere, but they will connect with us online. And they may not be able to worship with us on the weekend or preset service times, but they will watch the rebroadcast. They will connect with us on a random Thursday at 3 a.m. from the Middle East or from Africa. So we have to make sure the church is available to them. And that was the whole focus of this. When I learned about this grant program, I was at an Internet Church Conference, and the thing that these churches that were working with it and already utilizing it, their whole focus was to find ways to bring more people to the church and make sure the church was always available. And so lastly, let's see, and then, one more thing that I'll tell you guys about. One Today by Google. One Today, ONETODAY by Google, is a mobile fundraising platform that Google has developed for nonprofits. So that platform is another thing. Again, when the guy was talking about think mobile first, that platform is a platform that Google has put together that helps you with mobile donations and mobile fundraising and stuff like that. So again, start looking at how you can utilize mobile donations. When you look at mobile commerce as it's growing, you're seeing that mobile commerce is it's going to be a while yet. They're talking about not till maybe 2018, 2020, where mobile commerce will overtake traditional desktop commerce. But look at these numbers online. I don't know if y'all remember back, I might have been 2010, 9, I don't know, maybe 9 or 8, when it was supposedly a recession. And the one thing in this recession, Amazon had a record-breaking holiday season. Actually had a record-breaking year, but they had a record-breaking holiday season in what was considered a recession. So none of the traditional brick-and-mortar stores broke any records. Actually, they were in the red by a lot. But Amazon had a record-breaking season. So you're seeing that e-commerce is growing exponentially every year. Any questions real quick? Okay, now let's talk about this one key point before we get to the other resources I have for you all. Google AdWords. Now, we have one ad that we utilize with this. For all of the whole $10,000 grant, we use one ad. And this one ad, it says join our eChurch. It's a link, tphechurch.com, and then I think we say come worship with Bishop T.D. Jakes online with us. Here are some of the limitations of the grant program. One of the limitations is you have to use text-based ads. Now, when the gentleman was talking about, I think he had some, Faith, hit that thing for me. When he was talking about some of the different types of ads, he had some of the graphic-based ads, and there's also video ads you can utilize in Google search. Those are paid ads. So one of the key things that I've seen some of the churches do is they have this grant program running the free ads, the text-based ads, and they run a lot of those, and they measure how that they connect it to their analytics, and they measure how effective it is. But then they also have a paid portion of it, not nearly as much, but they utilize that with the graphics-based ads and the video-based ads, and they run those for specific campaigns and for specific reasons. But we have one text-based ad, which is, and we tell people to come worship with us online, and from that one based ad, we send it out to, we look at all the keywords that we think are related to the things that are significant with our ministry. So we're looking at internet church, online church, digital ministry, Bishop Jakes, T.D. Jakes, Thomas Dexter Jakes, all the things that go along with that. We're looking at the Potter's House, all the different variations of the keywords. Right now we have 337 keywords, and we usually add about 40 to 45 keywords a week. And that's not stuff that we're not, me and Tiffany are not coming up with these keywords on our own. Google suggests them based on somebody was searching for this, and in their search they also search for this as well. They give you suggestions. And so when we see the suggestions, we go and we say, yeah, we like that. So, and that's how you start getting more and more keywords and people finding what you're looking for. All right, and here's the thing, with us, we understood AdWords, and we had utilized it. Monica had us utilize it last year for our conferences, so we understood AdWords to a degree, but a lot of stuff that we're learning on the fly. So as we're going through AdWords, and Tiffany does this as well, is we're learning how to more effectively use it. How can we reach people? We look at the analytics, and so we just keep wash, rinse, repeat. We try something, see if it works. If it works, we do it more. If it doesn't work, we try something else. But the thing is, because of this grant, it gives you a lot of, $10,000 worth of ads to figure stuff out. So, and again, it took us, I want to say 4 weeks from the time we filled out the page at google.com/grants to the time we got an email that says you guys are, accepted. It was not a long process. It wasn't a rigorous process. They didn't, ask for the firstborn or come send agents to check out everything we're doing. They really want you to be in the program. So we can't tell enough people about how to use this. So the question is, now if you start utilizing this program and you have questions, resources that can help you out. I have some links over here. Searchable.church is a resource that you can utilize. Online church leaders, if you're looking at Internet Church Campus from that aspect, and some of the things about the grant, that's another link that you can utilize as well. I'm not sure if you all have Internet Church Campuses with you all, but Church Online Platform is a free online Internet Church Campus that you can utilize as well. The thing that we looked at is for this grant, and we're going to utilize it with other aspects of the ministry as we see where the 501c3s are and stuff like that. But we looked at it from the aspect of how can we grow the online church. And so, but you can utilize it for whatever you want to do, whether, it's just growing your ministry, getting people to looking at people online and trying to get them offline into the building, or however it is you want to utilize the campaign. That's the way we were looking at it.